Victoria, is it sunny over there or is it still raining like we're in Seattle?
Of course, it's still raining, and you know how I feel about this rain and gloom.
Oh, well, we're over here on the south side. We got sun, probably for like, we probably got a good 10 minutes of sun. If it's coming from you, it's probably coming to me. But let me tell you, I missed taking a picture yesterday of showing my showings in my rain boots. Okay? And it was really cute. However, up here, I look like wet dog. But I started out with even telling you guys who I am today. So in case y'all don't know, I'm Lana Realtor Diva.
And I'm Victoria Garay. We are both Illinois licensed realtors with Exit Strategy Realty in Chicago.
Yes, and we are so glad to be here with you guys today. Another show sponsored by Don Meadows. We must give him shout out.
Yes.
And today, guys, it's something that I don't really like to talk about, and most of you guys don't either. Credit. But guess what? When you have good credit, all you want to do is walk around and be like, yep, yep, I'm an 800. Okay, when I'm there, watch every show, I'll be talking about it.
I love talking about credit because I like how it's something that you can actively work towards and you can see the results. So I've been one who's gotten addicted to, over time, like checking your credit and finding out what you can do and like seeing that score increase and then challenging yourself for the next month to make decisions that will increase it again. So you just got to spin it. You just have to see it as a challenge and see a reward for yourself.
Oh, so see how you get the best of both worlds with me and Victoria. I'm the one who likes to let credit not look at me. I don't look at him. We just don't have really a good relationship. I just be like, "What you doing over there?" Check him every once in a while. I'm not the good. Listen to Victoria. She gets on me sometimes, so I do a little better checking, or I do some things that I think you guys are going to hear today that has actually brought my credit up while I talk stuff. There are some small things you can do that help it go up. Don't have to be stressful because she knows like money, organization of money, that stresses me out. So we don't want any of that. So she's going to give us some tips, which also will help you guys be stronger buyers. What does that do for you? It makes your credit score, your interest rate lower. You might get other programs that you don't get if your score is higher. You're just a stronger buyer, like all
Yes. And
around.
then whether it's purchasing a house or purchasing, any major purchase you're going to finance, it's just less expensive for you, right? Because your interest rate will be lower, so you'll be charged less. So it's always good to try to build towards that, having stronger credit, having better credit. And even if you feel like your situation is dire, you feel like it's horrible, stay tuned. She's going to be able to give you tips or let you know how she can work with you. She can work with anyone and help you get to where you're trying to get. And sometimes it's just the fear, right? Sometimes our credit isn't as bad as we think, but it's just we're afraid to check it. Or we think it has to be 800 or 850. We think it has to be perfect. And we don't realize that, there are different levels and different things that you can still do depending on what your credit is. So,
Yeah, we have programs that actually go down to 580, but it may mean that you have to bring a little more money. But we also have that's where you can start. So we need to figure out for you where's the best number for you to start to get the best for your whole picture, and everybody is different. Um, so we're going to talk about a new listing we have, but before we get there, you all, I need a little soapbox that maybe Victoria is not ready for. But if
uh-oh.
I hear another person tell me that they are upset about how high the interest rate is and that they don't know if they should buy, please kill me now. I can't take it because people, please look and ask your grandparents and maybe even your parents, like if they bought back in the day, what was the interest rate? Stop it right now. Some people are going to tell you 11%. Some people may be higher. I bought and I had a good one. I was like pretty pristine at my time, and it was 7. That was good, and I bought in 2005. So just because it is not 2 point, that's like an amazing number that no one's ever had before in life. And I guess you missed the boat for the 2.25. But guess what? 3 point something is still good. 4 point something is still good. Actually, 5 is still good. Don't tell me your friends got 2.21. Well, they bought it a good time. I don't know what else to tell you. But we still have good interest rate, right?
Yes. Yes, I do think people are trying to compare it, and it's just because we're just coming out of that. But we knew that was temporary, right? We knew that was historically low. So when something is historically low, we know it's not going to stay around forever. And that's why we were kind of encouraging people and nudging people along. Like, if you can buy, go ahead and try to buy. But like she said, the interest rates are still low. So before you heard about the 2.5, 2.2, the interest rates were low, right? We were still talking about how low they were, and they've kind of just gone back to how low they were when we were stressing that they were low for years. So it's relative, right? Low is relative to what's going on in the world, what's going on over time. So don't let that stress you out. Yes, it does change some things. It may change your buying power if you had a pre-approval and you didn't buy yet. So talk to your lenders, talk to us. But this like overall stress, don't be stressed. Don't think it's the end of the world. Don't think, oh, I can't buy now. I'm never going to buy, or I'm going to wait for it to go back down. Definitely reach out to your lenders, reach out to your agents, and have those conversations.
Right. I had two people yesterday. One tell me the houses are too expensive, so they're going to wait for a lower house. Okay. And they're going to wait for the interest rate to go back down. It may never happen. We don't know. We don't know. These things just go by up and down as we have seen over life. We don't really know when it's going to happen. But this is not Walmart. We don't put blue light specials on houses all of a sudden. Like, you don't get that. It's not like, ding, 50% off on all houses. It does not happen. So if you wait, you've already noticed what happens when you wait. It goes up. When we say you should buy now, we do care if you buy. We're not going to lie. We do get paid when you guys buy. I'm not lying. But I don't really care if you buy now or later, but you should have bought before, and now we're still here to help you. And it's not that we're going to coax anyone into buying. If it's not your thing, you don't do it. But don't come back to me like a few of these people yesterday saying, I should have bought when you told me. Because why? Lana Realtor Diva said, and we told you, and we know what we're talking about, and you don't listen. But anyway.
And I would just want to end it by saying we don't make predictions. Like, we don't try to make these bold predictions. We just let you know what's currently happening, right? And how it can benefit you or what you should be cautious about. But even the experts now, right? They're having conflicting predictions. And no one knew how it was going to be over the last 2 years. Who would have thought that things would have gone the way that they went? So I think some people who are trying to make their own predictions or trying to follow this one particular guru, like, just be careful in that and realize that things are very different in the world right now, very different. This market's been very different and unpredictable over the last few years. So just have those conversations with people that you trust, with people who are informed, but just realize that things are moving in ways that they haven't moved before. And that's okay. We learn, we adjust, and we keep it moving.
Yeah, and I think that's what's kind of exciting too about this market. Like, before when I bought, it was a buyer's market. Now it's a seller's market. These are things that happen, and we adjust to it. It might be higher houses, but the interest rate has been low. So we just have to, and Victoria's so right. Like, if we were to base our jobs on keeping our jobs based on what people say, every other day we'd be a real estate agent, and every other day we'd be finding another job. Like, yes. You just don't know. But we have learned to adjust. I'll give an example before I leave this is, I went into short sales when things got rough. We changed to short sales at a point in my career. I came in at the time when you better learn short sales. And then we changed around to different types of housing. Right now, 2 flats are a thing. Before, it was single family. Condos, I'm sorry, was a big thing when I bought.
Yeah.
Huge. Everybody wanted a condo. Then we have so many condos now. Now some of them have gone back to apartments. Right? They've done these big, I don't know what the big word is for that. I don't know. Do you remember? Like, they convert them over to the whole building being apartments. So things just change. Okay, we'll get off of it. So we got a new house we're going to show you guys, coming to you live. Actually, a little before it's really out here to the world, but it's actually going to be live today.
Yeah. So you see it here first. I didn't realize we hadn't really made it live yet. So okay.
Yes. So this is in Chatham, y'all. So check it out. Okay, Chatham it is. Um, 3 levels of living. We have 3 bedrooms,
And I
three
saw a big
full
backyard.
baths. Yes, huge backyard. 3 full bathrooms. Washer and dryer staying. That house has a lot of stuff in it. I know you guys are seeing that. Just shows you like how much space there is in that house. Um, 2 car garage. Uh, the roof was a complete tear off, gutters and all new wood and everything when the previous owner had it in 2017. So that's pretty good. The furnace was replaced 3.5 years ago. So that's newer. It really just needs somebody to come in and love it. That's what I think.
Yes. And we always get the question like, yes, everything will be removed before you move in. So you may see a lot of things going on in the picture, a lot of items there, but it's still lived in, right? So when they move in, they'll be removing all those items and it will be nice and clear for you.
Yeah, and look, everybody wants to paint your own house. So if you don't like the colors, paint your own house. Everybody's doing gray right now. Tomorrow it could be lilac. The world might decide they like lilac. I don't know. Like we're white and gray now. But then all of a sudden
And
now we're like white cabinets with gray cabinets in the same kitchen. Haven't you seen it?
yes, I am liking it. And some people are loving the gray and some people are tired of the gray already. So I don't know how that's going. I mean, I still like the gray. I get it though. We look at houses all day. The majority of them will, if they're, repainted, will have that gray. But I have been seeing that mixture of the white cabinets and gray cabinets, and I like it. It's
I
different.
do too. I do
I
too.
don't
And then
know.
there's one house that has dark gray and light
Hmm.
gray cabinets together. That's
Yes.
kind of cool. And I've been seeing kind of a blue cabinet, like a bright blue cabinet
Hmm.
in some of the newer stuff, more like downtownish
Yes.
area. That's
Yes.
kind of cool. But the thing that scares me about those is like when that's not a fad anymore, then you got to change all your cabinets, right? But
Yeah,
people
because
paint them.
even with the neutrals, if it's not the fat anymore, it's still a neutral color. But when some of those bolder colors, it will at some point be like, oh, this must have been done in around 2022. At some point people are going to be saying that. But I think the
Yeah,
point we're trying to make is you can make these adjustments, right? So there's some things
yeah,
that you can't add. You can't always add an extra space or extra bedroom or extra bathroom. You can sometimes add them, but it'll be more expensive or you're going to take away space from somewhere else. But painting is something that is simpler to do, right? Yes, painting can
yeah.
be expensive, but again, it's relative because it's expensive compared to redoing a bathroom or redoing a kitchen. No, and you can put your like final touches and make it personalized to you. So when you're looking at homes, just make sure you are looking at those things like, this paint is off-putting, but it's something that can be changed, and it's not going to be that difficult to change or that expensive to change in the grand scheme of things compared to other things that you can't add. You can't always add a backyard or a garage.
Right, right. And this house, you have the space. Like, if it were me, Victoria knows I go in every house and knock out every wall except for the ones that make it stay up, standing up. So this one, if it were me, it has that really cool dining room. I would knock that whole wall off, put all of your stuff on the other side, have an open living room, dining room, put one of the islands in there. Then your living room is right there. Got a fireplace. You can sit in front of that on these cold spring days. Why do we live in Chicago? We ask you this all the time. Cold spring days with our hot drinks, okay? And you can use your fireplace for longer than you can use your yard. Think about it, okay? So it's like cool, and that fireplace is like original to the place. So you guys may not have really looked at it, but it's got its like original, and I kind of like that quirky stuff to a house to keep that.
Yes.
So there's things you guys can do. We just want to get moving on, but I just want to let you know that it's coming soon, and we will probably have an open house not this weekend, but next. I wanted the blue cabinet when I bought mine. It's like a dark cherry, and I still want new kitchen floors. Yeah, I have the dark cherry too. And I think I'm outdated, but then I'm like, oh, I'm neutral. So, yeah, I get over it. And then I design with other things, pictures, background
Hmm.
paints, change a room, can change a room a lot. But when
A
people are ripping
backsplash.
out cabinets, I'm not. Okay? I'm not ripping out cabinets. And I have nice cabinets, so it's kind of dumb because the newer cabinets are not as nice as the old cabinets, guys. Just think, like, you might want to keep those old really durable ones than the newer ones. Just a secret, okay? But we're talking about credit today. I know it's not so exciting as I said before, but we have an exciting person here though. And I think that she should come in and talk to you because Thera knows like way more than us. So we're going to introduce her. Now, we have met her um, through another vendor. So this is us all being teams, guys, and we collaborate. So we like to bring people. Now, she was not on last year, so this is an exciting new person too, still in the T on real estate. So we will have her out, and she is now part of the Diva team. So if you all need her, we can get access her. Hello.
Hi, thank you guys for having me on this morning. I'm loving the energy. Thank
Oh,
you.
good. You can help us because today we've been a little spring marketed out over here, so we're wet and we're tired, but we're good and we're excited to see you. Hey, Desmond.
Hi,
Hey,
Desmond.
5 seconds. I just have to do a 5 seconds clip. Just seconds.
Okay.
Come out tonight to where are we coming out tonight? TNT Comedy. Desmond has been in the room. Art Russell is one of the owners slash promoters. Mike Russell, and they are doing this great show, 7:30 and 10. I cannot remember who. It's on my page. Last week, look, y'all almost stayed for 2 shows because it was so good. All women, and this guy, it's a guy that's coming that's really good. So check it out. $25.
I've been to one of the previous shows and it was hilarious. Like it was great. So I need to go to another one. So we'll post them. We'll make sure it's on both of our pages so you guys can check it out.
I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Outriggers. It's by Outright Riggers, everybody, wherever that is. Lansing. Yes.
Okay, we're back from
commercial. Okay, we're back. But that was our commercial break. So sorry. So yes, so tell us, exciting. First of all, your company name, just so we know.
United Credit Education Services.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for almost 2 years now.
Great.
Yes.
So you help people with all types of credit, but do you also specifically concentrate on getting them ready for the home purchase?
Absolutely. Actually, 90% of my customers who come to me, they always explain that they want to get their credit fixed so they can purchase a home.
That's great, because I'm going to jump right to it. There's so many people that tell me that their Credit Karma number is their number, and Credit Karma tells them they have 1,000. They have 1,000 credit score, which we don't even go there, right? Then Credit Karma says they're at 1,000, and then I'm like, that's funny. I've never heard of 1,000 before. And then they go to a lender, right, and it's 200. I'm just saying. And so there is a difference. I just wanted to point that out, that's not really the credit score that the banks get.
Right. So I get that a lot, like almost all the time. They're like, man, I checked my Credit Karma score and it showed 850 and I went and I got denied when I went. I'm like, okay, let me just break this down. So it's definitely an honor to share this. So whenever you're pulling like a mortgage loan, those type of lenders are definitely going to focus on your FICO score. Okay. Credit Karma pulls information from your Vantage score. Now, the difference is there's several differences. One of the difference is the point system. So let's say, and I'm just giving an example, these are not exact points. Let's say on your FICO score, you get 150 points for not having any late payments on your profile. The same information, not having any late payments on your profile on your Vantage score model, it's only going to give you 80 points. So you see, that's a big difference, 80 to 150. Also, while they pull the same information, the difference is a scoring model. There'll be a difference in how they gather the information, and there'll also be a difference in how they configure the scoring. So another big major difference is that Credit Karma, what they do is they pull your information, they figure out what score they want to give you, and then they shoot you over some offers and some products. So when you buy into those offers and products, they get paid to do it. So I really wouldn't consider them a credit monitoring profile, because they're getting paid to grab information, to create a score, and to dish out these offers to you.
That's great information. That even explained it to me because now I feel like, oh, wow, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. I get it
Yes.
all the time, like all the time.
This is great to hear from someone who actually does this and sees it all the time, because we say it because we know from personal experience and we know from, clients coming to us and seeing what happens with them. So it's like refreshing to hear someone else say it. Like, we're not just making this up. Believe us. This is true.
Right. So, also, what would you say is something then that might be the first thing somebody could do to like raise them quicker? Like, is this a myth? I'm going to tell you one that I do that I think has helped me, but it might be just that something else worked.
Okay.
Like paying a little bit over your amount, like even if it's like a double payment, but even if it's a couple of dollars over, I think it helps. Is that right, or is that a myth?
No, that is correct. That is absolutely correct. A few
Ding
other
ding. Thank you, Lana. No, I'm just kidding. Just joking.
right.
I'm doing something right,
We
Victoria.
have to encourage her. She hates credit, so we have to keep her encouraged. So I'm like, yay.
Yes.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. A few other things that people can do is pay your bills on time. I know it sounds crazy, but guess what? Your payment history accounts for the largest percentage of how your score is calculated. 35% goes to your on-time payment. So that's very, very important. Also, getting disputing any derogatory or inaccurate information on your profile. And lastly, a trade line, right? A secured or unsecured card, but making sure the important key here is making sure you only spending 30% of that credit card limit, right? So if you have look at Lana. If you have $1,000 credit limit, you want to only spend $300 or under, because once you start going to 301, it starts to mess with your credit utilization.
Sounds good on paper. Sounds good on paper. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
And then there's even trade lines for renters now that they can report their rent payments as on-time payments to the credit bureau. So
Yes. 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 That's so good. We have a landlord that is specifically doing that to help people be able to buy.
yeah.
Specifically, he asked his people to add that. And then he lets them know it because if you lay late, it also can hurt you.
Yes, it has to be on time payments. It's a gamer. When I was a renter, I did it, and let me tell you, it gave me 40 points.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's great. That's so great. And I don't know, I did talk to Sarah about it a little bit, but you guys that have not known us, and COVID has been here. We had a group, Health Wealth Visionaries, where people that needed to do credit, we would come together, support each other, and then grow to be able to buy. And Sarah doesn't know, but we're going to ask her to help us get this back going again because we need these type of conversations in fun places where it's not stressful to talk about getting this credit done because our biggest thing or my biggest push is health is part of your wealth. And that is also pushing yourselves for generational wealth, which we should all be trying to do across
Yes,
the
yes, absolutely.
Yes, and it just helps in so many areas of your life. Of course, we stress the home buying process because we know how important it is to have property, but just in every area of your life, your credit can, help or make it a little more difficult depending on what that score is or what your goals are, what you're trying to do. So don't stress about it, because just try to start making good decisions from today, right? Because I'm always, people are like, oh, it's already bad. And I'm like, okay, but in a year from now, in 2 years from now, you're still going to want to do things. So make those decisions today. Make sure that going forward, try to make sure your payments are on time. Try to pay a little bit more. Try to bring those balances down, because all we can do is go forward, right? Because if we keep making those decisions, then in another year or two, we're still going to have those same scores.
Mhm.
And the younger you are, if we got any young people watching, I know I'm old, but if we got any young people watching, like the earlier that you start with this is going to save you. Like all of us that signed up for the ridiculous credit card that I'm probably still paying for right now, that I bought somebody pizza on in magazines, and I got 3 magazines. I don't know. And it was cute. And I got a cup that said Huskies, go Huskies, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It was exciting and it probably ruined my life. You know what I mean? But I think that it's so much thrown at us every day in the mail, every day in the mail. And then all these payday loans. We've been seeing a lot of people doing these payday loan things to make it in life, not just like, I want to buy a car today. Like, they're getting little ones to supplement them through the weeks, and how those impact your credit is things people should know before they're making these weird decisions to pay 40% back or lose your car, or I don't know what happened, but
Yes.
yeah.
So when you meet with people, so do you customize it to their needs? Like some people will ask us very specific questions, but because we don't know their circumstances, we're not professionals in that industry, right? We try to stick to what we know and then guide them to other people who are professionals in that industry. So we would let them know to contact you. And then would you kind of look at what their goals are and what their situation is to create a system for them, or how does it work?
Absolutely. We definitely want to find out what their goals are. We want to assess what they have on their credit, because sometimes we have an amazing credit restoration program, but sometimes people don't have any credit at all. So they wouldn't need the credit restoration. They would just need some trade lines, or some people only have, or they're probably like in the 700 club, but want that little extra boost to get to like 750 or more. So they wouldn't necessarily, or don't have any negative items on their report. So they wouldn't necessarily need our credit restoration program. So we definitely assess their goals and their needs before we proceed.
Okay, so guys, we are going to get with Sarah sooner than later, in real life. Somewhere coming to you soon, Victoria, we're having an event. Okay. I've said it. We're having another event, everybody. I like to do them every day. Victoria's like, we can't do them every day. We have to sell out. So we are going to have one, though, because I want her to be able to touch people and see people and have some real conversations with you guys. Unfortunately, we're going to get yanked off the show in a second. So we gotta go to the next thing. If you guys have questions, please add them. She will see them. She's my friend. On my new page, y'all. Hey, that's an announcement we didn't talk about. They tried to end my life in Facebook. I'm back. Tell your friends. The real Lana is back.
Guess who's back?
Your life, but you can't do it, Facebook. You can't do it, okay? So y'all can go there and let us know. We will shout something out soon. And you know what? With her, y'all can walk in, and when they pull that credit, you can be like, bam, okay? That's how y'all want to walk into these banks. Let them say, bam, I got it. I already did what I need to do.
Right. I'll talk to Thera. We got this. I did what I had to do.
Okay. You go in with your head up rather than your head down like me with the 30%. Okay.
You don't have to whisper your name. You can say your name out loud.
Yes.
Put your chest out and say your name.
Lana, come up. I'll be like, yes, not like, is it 30%? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. We are going to skip tea, but guess what, guys?
Thank you.
Don't forget. Don't regret it. Me and Victoria are going to get on and do a live tea for y'all. A live tea. A real live tea with me and her.
She just signing me up for stuff there.
So you got to keep watching, but you got to come to one of our pages real quick and just do a live tea. We're going to be the tea, and that's it. That's all y'all get. It's just tea, and we out because we don't want y'all to miss the tea. Okay. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you for
me.
having me.
Wait, Victoria, where is everyone going? Is everyone leaving?
Yes, Lana. The show's over.
But wait, I have more to say. Is my mic still on? Can they hear me? What if they have more questions?
Well, they can always contact us.
How? How will they reach us after this show?
If you have any questions, our contact information is on the screen. Otherwise, we'll see you again in a couple weeks.